Okay,
we're
there we
still
go.
like a
Sorry.
minute or two early.
Just some technical difficulties. I think they're good for now. You ready?
Warren.
Here we go.
There's a moving of the Spirit, causing blinding eyes to see. Gather round, my precious jewels, separate yourself to me. Are you few dare to listen, caring not what men may say? Rising early to obey me, I will soon sail away. Away, being perfect, I'm making plans for you. Will you hear what I am saying? Oh, my you, my precious few. In the midst of tribulation, when the storm is in command, there's a rock that you can hide in, covered by my mighty hand. I will answer when you call out. I will hear each prayer you pray. Rise up early to obey me. I will soon sail away. Come away and be perfect. I'm making plans for you. Will you hear what I am saying? Oh, my few, my precious few.
Hey, page 3.
I give the call to the table of Yahweh to study His Torah. Immersed in the splendor of what a delight, and the blind man who's been given His sight. Come, come, come drink the water. Come drink the water that flows from the rock. Come and drink of this living water, flowing free from Yah. Mountain of Yah, the Spirit is great. He is moving, He means what He said. Celebrate, oh, this is so fine. Yeshua turns water to wine. Come, come, come drink the water. Come drink the water that flows from the rock. Come and drink of this living water, flowing free from Yah.
Father Yahweh, thank you for allowing us to gather together on Sabbath and fellowship. Father, thank you for everything you've done for us throughout the past week, keeping us safe and healthy and bringing us back here again. Father, we ask that you visit with us, send your Spirit, give us the eyes to see, give us the strength to follow in your footsteps. Protect us, Father Yahweh, as we try to walk your way of life. We give thanks and ask all of this in Yeshua's name. Baruch haba Hashem Yahweh. Blessed is he who comes in the name of Yahweh.
just a few announcements today, as usual. If you've got prayer and praise requests, you can just put them up on the board on the Post-it notes. Deborah will get them and put them out in the email. If you need the email address, be on the emailing list, rather, get with us and we'll get your email address, get you added. I also post these to our Facebook page. And if you're not on the Sabbath Study Facebook page that we use for the group, you can let me know about that. I'll get them on there for you as well. We've got the new moon coming up on the 21st. We're going to be gathering around 4:30 for that. And I don't think we have anything else going on at the moment. Any other announcements I might be missing, brothers? No? All right. I will hand this over to Caitlin.
Shabbat Shalom. We are starting in Genesis 32:4 through 36:43. He also commanded them, saying, Thus you shall say to my lord, to Esau, Thus says your son Jacob, I have sojourned with Laban, and I have been delayed until now, and I have oxen and donkeys, and flocks, and male and female slaves. And I have sent to tell my lord, that I may find favor in your sight. Then the messengers returned to Jacob, saying, We came to your brother to Esau, and furthermore, he is coming to meet you, and 400 men are with him. Then Jacob was greatly afraid and distressed, and he divided the people who were with him, and the flocks and the herds and the camels, into 2 camps. And he said, If Esau comes to the one camp and strikes it, then the camp which remains will escape. And Jacob said, O God of my father Abraham, and God of my father Isaac, O Yahweh, who said to me, Return to your land and to your kin, and I will prosper you. I am unworthy of all the loving kindness and of all the truth which you have shown to your slave. For with my staff only I crossed this Jordan, and now I have become 2 camps. Deliver me, I pray, from the hand of my brother, from the hand of Esau, for I fear him, lest he come and strike me down with the mothers and the children. For you said, I will surely prosper you and make your seed as the sand of the sea, which is too great to be numbered. So he spent the night there. Then he took from what he had with him a present for his brother Esau, 200 female goats and 20 male goats, 200 ewes and 20 rams, 30 milking camels and their colts, 40 cows and 10 bulls, 20 female donkeys and 10 male donkeys. And he gave them into the hand of his servants, every flock by itself, and said to his servants, Pass on before me, and put a space between flocks. And he commanded the first one in front, saying, When my brother Esau meets you, and asks you, saying, To whom do you belong, and where are you going? And to whom do these animals in front of you belong? Then you shall say, These belong to your servant Jacob. It is a present sent to my lord, to Esau, and behold, he also is behind us. Then he commanded also the second and the third, and all those who followed the flock, saying, After this manner you shall speak to Esau when you find him, and you shall say, Behold, your servant Jacob also is behind us. For he said, I will appease his face with the present that goes before me. Then afterward I will see his face. Perhaps he will lift up my face. So the present passed on before him, while he himself spent that night in the camp. And he arose that same night, and took his 2 wives, and his 2 servant women, and his 11 children, and crossed the ford of the Yabok. And he took them and sent them across the stream, and he sent across whatever he had. Then Jacob was left alone, and a man wrestled with him until the breaking of dawn. And he saw that he had not prevailed against him, so he touched the socket of his thigh. And so the socket of Jacob's thigh was dislocated while he wrestled with him. Then he said, "Let me go, for the dawn is breaking." But he said, "I will not let you go unless you bless me." So he said to him, "What is your name?" And he said, "Jacob." Then he said, "Your name shall no longer be Jacob, but Israel, for you have striven with God and with men, and have prevailed." Then Jacob asked him and said, "Please, tell me your name." But he said, "Why is it that you ask my name?" And he blessed him there. So Jacob named the place Peniel, for he said, "I have seen God face to face, yet my life has been delivered." And the sun rose upon him, just as he crossed over Peniel, and he was limping on his thigh. Therefore, to this day, the sons of Israel do not eat the sinew of the hip, which is on the socket of the thigh, because he touched the socket of Jacob's thigh in the sinew of the hip. Then Jacob lifted up his eyes and saw, and behold, Esau was coming, and 400 men with him. So he divided the children among Leah and Rachel and the 2 servant women. And he put the servant women and their children first, and Leah and her children after them, and Rachel and Joseph after them. But he himself passed on ahead of them, and bowed down to the ground 7 times, until he came near to his brother. Then Esau ran to meet him, and embraced him, and fell on his neck, and kissed him, and they wept. And he lifted up his eyes, and saw the women and the children, and said, "Who are these with you?" And he said, "The children whom God has graciously given to your servant." Then the servant women came near with their children, and they bowed down. Leah likewise came near with her children, and they bowed down. And afterward Joseph came near with Rachel, and they bowed down. And he said, "What do you mean by all these camps which I have met?" And he said, "To find favor in the sight of my Lord." But Esau said, "I have plenty, my brother. Let what you have be your own." And Jacob said, "No, please. If now I have found favor in your sight, then take my present from my hand. For I see your face as one sees the face of God, and you have received me favorably. Please take my blessing, which has been brought to you, because God has dealt graciously with me, and because I have everything." Thus he urged him, and he took it. Then Esau said, "Let us take our journey and go, and I will go before you." But he said to them, "My Lord knows that the children are weak, and that the flocks and herds which are nursing are a care to me. And if they are driven hard one day, all the flocks will die. Please let my Lord pass on before his servant, and I will lead on slowly, according to the pace of the cattle that are before me, and according to the pace of the children, until I come to my Lord at Seir." Then Esau said, "Please let me leave with you some of the people who are with me." But he said, "Why do this? Let me find favor in the sight of my Lord." So Esau returned that day on his way to Seir. But Jacob journeyed to Succoth, and built for himself a house, and made booths for his livestock. Therefore the place is named Succoth. Now Jacob came safely to the city of Shechem, which is in the land of Canaan, when he came from Padan Aram, and he camped before the city. Then he bought a portion of a field where he had pitched his tent from the hand of the sons of Hamor, Shechem's father, for 100 kesita. Then he set up there an altar, and called it El Elohe Israel. Now Dinah, the daughter of Leah, whom she had borne to Jacob, went out to see the daughters of the land. Then Shechem, the son of Hamor the Hivite, the prince of the land, saw her and took her, and lay with her and violated her. And he was deeply attracted to Dinah, the daughter of Jacob, and he loved the young woman, and spoke to the heart of the young woman. So Shechem spoke to his father Hamor, saying, "Get me this girl as a wife." Now Jacob heard that he had defiled Dinah his daughter, but his sons were with his livestock in the field, so Jacob kept silent until they came in. Then Hamor, the father of Shechem, went out to Jacob to speak with him. Now the sons of Jacob came in from the field when they heard it, and the men were grieved, and they were very angry because he had done a disgraceful thing in Israel by lying with Jacob's daughter, for such a thing ought not to be done. But Hamor spoke with them, saying, "The soul of my son Shechem longs for your daughter. Please give her to him as a wife, and intermarry with us. Give your daughters to us, and take our daughters for yourselves. Thus she shall live with us, and the land shall be open before you. Live and trade in it, and take possession of property in it." And Shechem also said to her father and to her brothers, "If I find favor in your sight, then I will give whatever you say to me. Ask me ever so much bridal payment and gift, and I will give according as you say to me. But give me the girl as a wife." But Jacob's sons answered Shechem and his father Hamor with deceit, and thus they spoke, because they had defiled Dinah their sister. And they said to them, "We cannot do this thing, to give our sister to one who is uncircumcised, for that would be a reproach to us. Only on this condition will we consent to you. If you will become like us, and that every male among you be circumcised, then we will give our daughters to you, and we will take your daughters for ourselves, and we will live with you and become one people. But if you will not listen to us to be circumcised, then we will take our daughter and go." Now their words seemed good in the sight of Hamor and Shechem, Hamor's son. So the young man did not delay to do the thing, because he was delighted with Jacob's daughter. Now he was more honored than all the household of his father. So Hamor and his son Shechem came to the gate of their city, and spoke to the men of their city, saying, "These men are peaceful with us. Therefore let them live in the land and trade in it. For behold, the land is large enough for them. Let us take their daughters for us as wives, and give our daughters to them. Only on this condition will the men consent to give us to live with us, to become one people, that every male among us be circumcised, as they are circumcised. Will not their livestock and what they acquire and all their cattle be ours? Only let us consent to them, and they will live with us." And all who went out of the gate of his city listened to Hamor and to his son Shechem, and every male was circumcised, all who went out of the gate of his city. Now it happened on the third day, when they were in pain, that two of Jacob's sons, Simeon and Levi, Dinah's brothers, each took his sword, and came upon the unsuspecting city, and killed every male. And they killed Hamor and his son Shechem with the edge of the sword, and took Dinah from Shechem's house, and went away. Jacob's sons came upon the slain, and plundered the city, because they had defiled their sister. They took their flocks, and their herds, and their donkeys, and that which was in the city, and that which was in the field, and they captured and plundered all their wealth, and all their little ones and their wives, even all that was in the houses. Then Jacob said to Simeon and Levi, "You have brought trouble on me by making me odious among the inhabitants of the land, among the Canaanites and the Perizzites. And my men being few in number, they will gather together against me and strike me, and I will be destroyed, I and my household." But they said, "Should he treat our sister as a harlot?" Then God said to Jacob, "Arise, go up to Bethel, and live there, and make an altar there to God, who appeared to you when you fled from your brother Esau." So Jacob said to his household, and to all who were with him, "Put away the foreign gods which are among you, and cleanse yourselves, and change your garments. And let us arise and go up to Bethel, and I will make an altar there to God, who answered me in the day of my distress, and has been with me wherever I have gone." So they gave to Jacob all the foreign gods which they had, and the rings which were in their ears, and Jacob hid them under the oak, which was near Shechem. Then they journeyed on, and there was a terror from God upon the cities which were around them, and they did not pursue the sons of Jacob. So Jacob came to Luz, that is Bethel, which is in the land of Canaan, he and all the people who were with him. And he built an altar there, and called the place El Bethel, because there God had revealed himself to him when he fled from his brother. Then Deborah, Rebekah's nurse, died, and she was buried below Bethel under the oak. It was named Alon Bakut. Then God appeared to Jacob again when he came from Padan Aram, and he blessed him. And God said to him, "Your name is Jacob. Your name shall no longer be called Jacob, but Israel shall be your name." Thus he called his name Israel. God also said to him, "I am God Almighty. Be fruitful and multiply. A nation and an assembly of nations shall come from you, and kings shall come forth from your loins. And to the land which I gave to Abraham and Isaac, I will give it to you, and I will give the land to your seed after you." Then God went up from him in the place where he had spoken with him. And Jacob set up a pillar in the place where he had spoken with him, a pillar of stone, and he poured out a drink offering on it. He also poured oil on it. So Jacob named the place where God had spoken with him Bethel. Then they journeyed from Bethel, and there was still some distance to go to Ephrat. And Rachel gave birth, and she suffered severely in her labor. Now it happened that when she was in severe labor, the midwife said to her, "Do not fear, for now you have another son." Now it happened, as her soul was departing, for she died, that she named him Ben-Oni, but his father called him Benjamin. So Rachel died and was buried on the way to Ephrat, that is, Bethlehem. And Jacob set up a pillar over her grave. That is the pillar of Rachel's grave to this day. Then Israel journeyed on and pitched his tent beyond the tower of Eder. Now it happened while Israel was dwelling in that land, that Reuben went and lay with Bilhah, his father's concubine, and Israel heard of it. And there are 12 sons of Jacob, the sons of Leah, Reuben, Jacob's first son, then Simeon and Levi, and Judah, and Issachar, and Zebulun, the sons of Rachel, Joseph, and Benjamin, and the sons of Bilhah, Rachel's servant woman, Dan and Naphtali, and the sons of Zilpah, Leah's servant woman, Gad and Asher. These are the sons of Jacob, who were born to him in Padan Aram. And Jacob came to his father Isaac at Mamre of Kiriath Arba, that is, Hebron, where Abraham and Isaac had sojourned. Now the days of Isaac were 180 years. And Isaac breathed his last, and died, and was gathered to his people, an old man and full of days. And his sons Esau and Jacob buried him. Now these are the generations of Esau, that is, Edom. Esau took his wives from the daughters of Canaan, Adah, the daughter of Elon the Hittite, and Oholibamah, the daughter of Anah, and the granddaughter of Zibeon the Hivite. Also Basemat, Ishmael's daughter, the sister of Nebaioth. And Adah bore Eliphaz to Esau, and Basemat bore Reuel, and Oholibamah bore Yeush, and Yadam, and Korah. These are the sons of Esau who were born to him in the land of Canaan. Then Esau took his wives and his sons and his daughters, and all his household, and his livestock, and all his cattle, and all his acquired goods, which he had accumulated in the land of Canaan. And he went to a land away from his brother Jacob, for their possessions had become too great for them to live together, and the land where they sojourned could not sustain them because of their livestock. So Esau lived in the hill country of Seir. Esau is Edom. These then are the generations of Esau, the father of the Edomites, in the hill country of Seir. These are the names of Esau's sons: Eliphaz, the son of Esau's wife Adah, Reuel, the son of Esau's wife Basemat. The sons of Eliphaz were Taman, Omar, Zepho, and Gatam, and Kenaz. Timnah was a concubine of Esau's son Eliphaz, and she bore Amalek to Eliphaz. These are the sons of Esau's wife Adah. These are the sons of Reuel, Nahat and Zerah, Shammah and Misa. These were the sons of Esau's wife Basemat. These were the sons of Esau's wife Oholibamah, the daughter of Anah, and the granddaughter of Zibeon. She bore to Esau Yeush and Yalam and Korah. These are the chiefs of the sons of Esau. The sons of Eliphaz, the firstborn of Esau, are Chief Taman, Chief Omar, Chief Zepho, Chief Kenaz, Chief Korah, Chief Gatam, Chief Amalek. These are the chiefs descended from Eliphaz in the land of Edom. These are the sons of Adah. These are the sons of Reuel, Esau's son, Chief Nahat, Chief Zerah, Chief Shammah, Chief Mitzah. These are the chiefs descended from Reuel in the land of Edom. These are the sons of Esau's wife Basemat. These are the sons of Esau's wife of Oholibamah, Chief Yeush, Chief Yalam, Chief Korah. These are the chiefs descended from Esau's wife Oholibamah, the daughter of Anah. These are the sons of Esau, that is, Edom, and these are their chiefs. These are the sons of Seir the Horite, the inhabitants of the land, Lotan and Shobal and Zibeon and Anah, and Dishon and Edzer and Dishan. These are the chiefs descended from the Horites, the sons of Seir, in the land of Edom. The sons of Lotan were Hori and Hamam, and Lotan's sister was Timnah. These are the sons of Shobal, Avan and Manahat and Ebal, Shepho and Onam. These are the sons of Zibeon, Ayah and Anah. He is the Anah who found the hot springs in the wilderness when he was pasturing the donkeys of his father Zibeon. These are the children of Anah, Dishon and Oholibamah, the daughter of Anah. These are the sons of Dishon, Hemdan and Eshban and Ithran and Keran. These are the sons of Edzer, Bilhan and Zaban and Akan. These are the sons of Dishan, Uts and Aran. These are the chiefs of the Horites, Chief Lotan, Chief Shobal, Chief Zibeon, Chief Anah, Chief Dishon, Chief Edzer, Chief Dishan. These are the chiefs descended from the Horites, according to their various chiefs in the land of Seir. Now these are the kings who reigned in the land of Edom before any king of the sons of Israel reigned. And Bela, the son of Beor, became king in Edom, and the name of his city was Dinhabah. Then Bela died, and Yobab, the son of Zerah of Bozrah, became king in his place. Then Yobab died, and Husham of the land of the Temanites became king in his place. Then Husham died, and Hadad, the son of Bedad, who struck down Midian in the field of Moab, became king in his place, and the name of his city was Abith. Then Hadad died, and Samlah of Masrekah became king in his place. Then Samlah died, and Shaul of Rehoboth on the river became king in his place. Then Shaul died, and Baal-Hanan, the son of Achbor, became king in his place. Then Baal-Hanan, the son of Achbor, died, and Hadar, the king, became king in his place. And the name of his city was Paul, and his wife's name was Mehetabel, the daughter of Matred, daughter of Mezahab. Now these are the names of the chiefs descended from Esau, according to their families and their places, by their names: Chief Timnah, Chief Abba, Chief Yethet, Chief Oholibamah, Chief Elah, Chief Pinon, Chief Kenaz, Chief Taman, Chief Mibzar, Chief Magdiel, Chief Iram. These are the chiefs of Edom, that is Esau, the father of the Edomites, according to their places of habitation in the land of their possession. Next, we are in Obadiah 1, 1 through 21, or basically just the whole book. The vision of Obadiah. Thus says Lord Yahweh concerning Edom, we have heard a report from Yahweh, and an envoy has been sent among the nations, saying, Arise, and let us arise against her for battle. Behold, I will make you small among the nations. You are greatly despised. The arrogance of your heart has deceived you, you who dwell in the clefts of the cliff, in the height of your habitation, who says in his heart, Who will bring me down to earth? Though you build loftily like the eagle, though you set your nest among the stars, from there I will bring you down, declares Yahweh. If thieves came to you, if robbers by the night, oh, how you will be ruined! Will they not thieve only until they had enough? If grape gatherers came to you, would they not allow some gleanings to remain? Oh, how Esau will be searched out, and his hidden treasures ransacked. All the men who have a covenant with you will send you forth to the border, and the men at peace with you will deceive you and overpower you. They who eat your bread will set an ambush for you. There is no discernment in him. Will I not on that day, declares Yahweh, cause the wise men to perish from Edom, and discernment from the mountain of Esau? Then your mighty men will be dismayed, O Teman, so that each one may be cut off from the mountain of Esau by slaughter. Because of violence to your brother Jacob, you will be covered with shame, and you will be cut off forever. On the day that you stood aloof, on the day that strangers took his wealth captive, and foreigners entered his gate, and cast lots for Jerusalem, you too were as one of them. Now do not look on your brother's day with triumph, the day of his misfortune, and do not be glad over the sons of Judah in the day when they perish. And do not let your mouth speak great things in the day of their distress. Do not enter the gate of my people in the day of their disaster. Indeed, you do not look on their calamity with triumph in the day of their disaster. And do not send out for their wealth in the day of their disaster. Do not stand at the fork of the road to cut down those among them who escape. And do not deliver over their survivors in the day of their distress. For the day of Yahweh draws near on all the nations. As you have done, it will be done to you. Your dealings will return on your own head. Because just as you all drank on my holy mountain, all the nations will drink continually. They will drink and swallow, and they will be as if they never were. But on Mount Zion, there will be those who escape, and it will be holy. And the house of Jacob will possess their possessions. Then the house of Jacob will be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame. But the house of Esau will be as stubble. And they will set them on fire and consume them, so that there will be no survivor of the house of Esau, for Yahweh has spoken. Then those of the Negev will possess the mountain of Esau, and those of the Shephelah, the Philistine plain. And they will possess the territory of Ephraim and the territory of Samaria, and Benjamin will possess Gilead. And the exiles of this military force of the sons of Israel, who are among the Canaanites as far as Zarephath, and the exiles of Jerusalem, who are in Sepharad, will possess the cities of the Negev. And the saviors will ascend Mount Zion to judge the mountain of Esau, and the kingdom will belong to Yahweh. See, next we are in Hebrews 11:11 through 20. By faith, even Sarah herself received ability to conceive, even beyond the proper time of life, since she regarded him faithful who had promised. Therefore, they were born even of one man, and him as good as dead at that, as many as the stars of heaven in number, and innumerable as the sand which is by the seashore. All these died in faith, without receiving the promises, but having seen them, and having welcomed them from a distance, and having confessed that they were strangers and exiles on the earth. For those who say such things make it clear that they are seeking a country of their own. And indeed, if they had been remembering that country from which they went out, they would have had opportunity to return. But now, they aspire to a better country, that is, a heavenly one. Therefore, God is not ashamed to be called their God, for he prepared a city for them. By faith, Abraham, when he was tested, offered up Isaac, and he who had received the promises was offering up his only son, to whom it was said, "In Isaac your seed shall be called." He considered that God is able to raise people, even from the dead, from which, figuratively speaking, he also received him back. By faith, Isaac blessed Jacob and Esau, even regarding things to come. Last, we're in Matthew 26, 36 through 46. Then Yeshua came with them to a place called Gethsemane, and said to his disciples, "Sit here while I go over there and pray." And he took with him Peter and the two sons of Zebedee, and began to be grieved and distressed. Then he said to them, "My soul is deeply grieved, to the point of death. Remain here, and keep watch with me." And he went a little beyond them, and fell on his face and prayed, saying, "My Father, if it is possible, let this cup pass from me, yet not as I will, but as you will." And he came to the disciples, and found them sleeping, and said to Peter, "So, you men cannot keep watch with me for 1 hour? Keep watching and praying, that you may not enter into temptation. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak." He went away again a second time, and prayed, saying, "My Father, if this cannot pass away unless I drink it, your will be done." And again he came, and found them sleeping, for their eyes were heavy. And he left them again, and went away, and prayed a third time, saying the same thing once more. Then he came to the disciples, and said to them, "Are you still sleeping and resting? Behold, the hour is at hand, and the Son of Man is being betrayed into the hands of sinners. Get up, let us go. Behold, the one who betrays me is at hand." That concludes the readings for today.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
We come to you from Panama City, Congregation Yahweh, and just ask that all of you pray for me that my voice will be where it can be understood and heard. But I want to share with you today why I believe everyone who proclaims themselves to be the follower of the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob should use God's personal name. There are three main reasons to use his personal name. First, let me tell you a story to illustrate my first point. I take you over to my boss's house to introduce you to him. As we enter his home, I call out, "Hey, boss, I want to introduce my new friend." After we visit for a while, we leave, and I continue to tell you how wonderful my boss is. I share with you how my boss has changed my whole life. He has literally made me into a new person. As I pause in my praise for my boss, you ask, "What is your boss's name?" I respond, "Boss." You reply, "No, not his title, his real name." After a moment, I say, "I thought boss was his name." What are you to think about my relationship with my so-called boss when I don't even know his personal or real name? You would have every reason to doubt that my relationship is all that good since I don't even know his name. This is a situation that most followers of the Creator have in their relationship with him. They don't know his personal name. They say part of this is that most followers of the Creator don't know his personal name, yet if you ask them, they will tell you who the God of Islam is. They also will probably know other pagan gods' names, like Thor, Shiva, Buddha, and many more. How has this come to pass? Well, Justin Rinsberg, in his article on the internet, talking about how you pronounce Yod-Heh-Wah-Heh in biblical thinking, name equals authority and fame. By obscuring the Creator's name, spelled Yod-Heh-Wah-Heh in Hebrew, Satan attempts to interfere with the Creator's authority and his fame. The Creator's real name and his Son's real name have been largely blotted out from biblical translations and from the vocabulary of both Jews and Christians. Jews have effectively substituted the Creator's name, Yod-Heh-Wah-Heh, with Adonai. Adonai is the Hebrew word which in English would be Lord, and Hashem, which is translated into English, the name. While Christians have replaced Yod-Heh-Wah-Heh with capital L-O-R-D, all of the letters in capital for Lord, even the son of Elohim, proper name Yeshua, has been obscured and replaced with Jesus. Elohim is the Hebrew word translated as God in English. Thus, the identity of the only mediator between the Creator and mankind is also tampered with. According to Professor William Barrett, a professor of biblical Hebrew at Damascus University, said this practice of not pronouncing the Creator's name began in the 3rd century BC. The Hebrew rabbis said that the name of the Creator was too holy to utter. His name could only be said once a year by the high priest in the Holy of Holies during Yom Kippur, the Day of Atonement in Hebrew. So what is the personal name of the Creator? The majority of Hebrew scholars agree that the 4 letters Yod-Heh-Wah-Heh is a personal name of the Creator, but how do you pronounce these 4 letters since they are written without vowels? We don't have a recording of Moses when he was told by the Creator what his personal name was. You can find that, by the way, in Exodus chapter 3, verse 15. But since we don't actually know how to pronounce it, we don't have to be too concerned because all is not lost. By studying the rules of biblical Hebrew grammar, we come up with an educated guess on the pronunciation of his personal name. The best educated guess that the majority of scholars agree on is Yahweh. This leads to the second reason to use the personal name of the Creator. This is to specify exactly who is being referred to when talking to others. If you say, God bless you, a Muslim might think you're referring to Allah. Others might assume Zeus or Ishtar. So it's important to specify which God you are referring to. The most effective way to do this is by using his personal name, Yahweh. Skipping over. The third and most important reason to use his personal name is because of what Yahweh has said in his word, the Holy Bible. Let's start by looking where Yahweh tells us not to use his name. The only place I find a prohibition on the use of Yahweh is in Exodus 20, verse 7. You shall not take the name of Yahweh your Elohim in vain, for Yahweh will not hold him guiltless who takes his name in vain. This is the only place I could find in the Bible that says you should not use his name. You would think if Yahweh didn't want his personal name used, that he would have commanded us not to use his name. What he did was to use his name over 6,700 times in his word. Let's look at what he says in his word about using his name. In Exodus 9:16, as Yahweh was talking to Pharaoh through Moses, he said, "But indeed for this reason I have allowed you to remain, in order that you may show, or in order to show you my power, and in order to proclaim my name throughout the earth." This looks to me like Yahweh wants his name spread throughout the earth, not hidden from the knowledge of men. In Psalms 107, 1 through 7, we read, "Oh, give thanks to Yahweh, call upon his name, make known his deeds among the people. Sing to him, sing praises to him, talk of all his wondrous works, glory to his holy name. Let the heart of those who rejoice who seek Yahweh. Seek Yahweh and his strength. Seek his face evermore. Remember his marvelous works which he hath done, his wonders and all the judgments of his mouth. O seed of Abraham, his servant, you children of Jacob, his chosen ones. He is Yahweh our Elohim. His judgments are in all the earth." It's difficult to call on the name of someone you don't know. And again, in Isaiah 12, 4-6, we see, "And in that day you will say, praise Yahweh, call upon his name, declare his deeds among the people, make mention that his name is exalted. Sing to Yahweh, for he has done excellent things and is known in all the earth. Cry out and shout, O inhabitants of Zion, for great is the Holy One of Israel in the midst." In Psalms 12:14 we read, "I will set him on high because of his knowledge of my name." And in Joel 12:32 it says, "And it shall come to pass that whosoever calls on the name of Yahweh shall be saved." We are told in Isaiah 52:6, "Therefore my people shall know my name, therefore they shall know in the day that I am he who speaks. Behold, it is I." And again in Ezekiel 39:7, "So I will make your holy name known, in the midst of my people Israel, and I will not let them proclaim or profane my holy name anymore. Then the nations shall know that I am Yahweh, the Holy One of Israel. These passages from the Bible tell us, or tell me, that Yahweh wants the world to know and speak his holy name. In the 3rd century BC, the rabbis declared that Yod-Heh-Wah-Heh should not be spoken nor written, so that no one would inadvertently use his name in vain. This practice is known as building walls around the commandments to ensure it wasn't broken. An example might be, don't touch this podium or you're going to be in trouble. Well, you want to help out, so you tell everybody else, don't get within 6 feet of the podium or you'll be in trouble. This is what many people have done, especially the Jewish people. And like I said, this is known as building walls around the commandments so it won't be broken. Yeshua addressed this practice in Matthew 15, 1-9. Then the scribes and Pharisees who were from Jerusalem came to Jesus saying, "Why do your disciples transgress the tradition of the elders? For they do not wash their hands when they eat." He answered them and said to them, "Why do you also transgress the commandments of God because of your traditions? For God commanded, saying, 'Honor your father and your mother, and he who curses father or mother, let him be put to death.' But you say, whoever says to his father or mother, 'Whatever profit you might have received from me is a gift of God,' or a gift to God, then he need not honor his father or mother. Thus you have made the commandments of God of no effect by your traditions. Hypocrites! Well did Isaiah prophesy about you, saying, 'These people draw near me with their mouth and honor me with their lips, but their heart is far from me, and in vain they worship me, teaching the doctrines, the commandments as commandments of men.'" In Jeremiah 23, 25-27, we say, "I have heard what the people have said who prophesy lies in my name, saying, 'I have dreamed, I have dreamed.' How long will this be in the hearts of the prophets who prophesy lies? Indeed, they are prophets of the deceit of their own heart, who try to make my people forget my name by their dreams, which everyone tells his neighbors and their fathers, forgot my name for Baal." Doesn't that sound just like what's going on in the apostate church today? I've heard dedicated Christian teachers say, well, we should follow what the Hebrew traditions say so that we don't offend them. After all, they are doing this to protect people from using Yahweh's name in vain. This reminds me of an old saying, "The road to hell is paved with good intentions." Remember Yeshua's words in Matthew 15 when he said, "Thus you have made the commandments of God of no effect by your traditions. Hypocrites." And by the way, this story can be found in Acts 5:29 if you would like to look it up. I would encourage all of you to use the true name of Yahweh to replace the titles of God, Lord, Adonai, Hashem, or any other title used in the place of the true name Yahweh. You might also want to remember Matthew 10:28, where we are told, "And do not fear those who kill the body, but cannot kill the soul, but rather fear him who is able to destroy both body and soul in hell." I want to encourage you again, use Yahweh's name as much as you can, especially if you're in prayer. you're around other people and you say they don't know it, explain it to them as best you can. Because if we don't do it, nobody else is going to. But I just want to say, Yahweh bless and keep you. Shalom. Let's see. Next song is 28.
Good choices.
Do not share in the shame. Be set apart, there to be different. Come out, my people, come out. Come out of Babylon. The people perish for lack of knowledge. Yahweh, forever your word will stand. There was some partying in the streets, children kissing idolatry, and they hear the call, come out, come out, come out, come out of Babylon. Do not share in her shame. Be set apart, there to be different. Come out, my people, come out. Come out of Babylon. People follow foolish fables. Oh, Yahweh, us and here to hear. We have read your Torah, praise you, God, and keep your law. And we hear the call, come out, come out, come out, come out of Babylon. Do not share in her shame. Be set apart, dare to be different. Come out, my people, come out. Come out of Babylon. Come out of Babylon. Come out of Babylon.
Here we go. Let's pull this stuff off the tape. Oh my.
It's all Mike's fault.
That's all Mike's fault. Yahweh, we thank you for this day. We thank you for that wisdom that you have imparted into us, and for the light that you've shown us, and for the heart within us to respond to what you've shown us. We ask that you keep your hedge of protection around each and every one of us, around our congregation, and around all of your people everywhere, no matter where they may live in this world. And where they are under persecution and threat of life, we ask and beg that you would keep your people hid behind their door and cover it with your hand, protect them. We just beg that you have mercy on those who are still willing to follow and hear and answer and respond to your call and your voice. I ask that you would call out those who may respond still while there's still time. Help them to respond to you, to grow your kingdom, and to shine your light into this growing darkness through each and every one of us, your children and your servants. We also thank you for the food that you've provided us with. We ask that you bless it for us. Use it to nourish our bodies and strengthen us and further us into the service of your kingdom. We give thanks and praise and ask all of this in Yeshua's name. Baruch Habab Hashem Yahweh. Blessed is he who comes in the name of Yahweh.